Ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the broadcast. This is my second free practice session style podcast for you fuckers on Patreon. So, hello. What the fuck's been going on? We've had two FP sessions, free practice sessions, as I record the podcast, and other things. Donald Trump has been advertising Teslas on the lawn of the White House, which is fucking insane. The front of the lawn looking like a shit car lot with a fucking bunch of shit electric bullshit cars. The Cybertruck is complete shit, and they basically don't make any other cars. The Model Y is the most popular car in Europe. It's like the most sold car in Europe, which is amazing, because mainly it's being used as taxis, I imagine. The Cybertruck is shit, and all they do is burst into flames and go massively wrong, which I love. I love the fact that it goes so wrong. And then I think they don't... I don't know what else they make in the US, but they don't make any cars in the UK basically anymore. They make the Model 3, which has just had a shit facelift. But anyway, so yeah, the front lawn of the White House looked like a shit car lot with a bunch of fucking idiots. God, I hate Elon Musk. Now, I'm not hating Elon Musk because I'm like a lunatic lefty or woke or whatever, or bollocks like that. I have hated Elon since day one. I hated Elon since the get-go. I've hated Teslas I've driven all of the Teslas apart from the Cybertruck. I drove the Model X in ludicrous with the speed, all that sort of stuff. It's fine. They're cars for children. They're cars for children driven by tech demons. I'll get onto some tech demons as well. They're driven by tech demons who can't drive any other cars. This cult of personality that was born out of it is ridiculous. But the funny thing is Tesla's stock has dropped an unbelievable amount. Should we have a look at what it is? And this is not a financial advice show by any stretch of the imagination, but Tesla stock over the last 5 days has been not good. Over the last month, it has been tracking down. And over the last 6 months, it has fucking dropped its arse. The lowest it was October 2024 when he got involved with Donald, I think. And then it crept up again up until like Christmas, and now has just dropped and took a big dip on the 10th of March. And I'll tell you exactly why that is. And it's not because people are out to get the US economy or anything like that. I think some of it's like that, and also fuck them. I think it is because Tesla doesn't have an identity anymore. Tesla used to have the identifier as the tech bro car, as the car for the Silicon Valley, for the people who ran all the big corporations and the left and all that sort of stuff, because it was electric. Then he went in with Trump, and they all went the other way because they now don't like him because he's gone in with Trump. And then also the people who do like Trump don't buy Teslas. They may buy the occasional Cybertruck, but the market is so fucking small for anybody who wants a Tesla in that regard. There's no customer for the Tesla anymore, and they're not bothered about the UK anymore, and they've closed a whole load of Tesla service centres in the UK, so you can't even get your car fixed. So, yeah, they fucking deserve it. I fucking hate Tesla. The cars are fucking for children. They're complete bullshit, and I hate tech demons. I found my iPad the other day. This is also a tech demon story. I found my iPad the other day, which I smashed a good few years ago, properly cracked the screen. It was one of those things like, I wasn't that bothered about going to get it fixed because I was like, I can't be bothered right now. Put it to one side, completely forgot about it. Survived for ages with just my laptop and my phone. Didn't really see that I needed it. And then I found it and I was like, maybe when I'm editing and all that sort of stuff, it's quite a good thing to have a second screen. So tell you what, I'll get the iPad. I'll whip it down into my local Apple store, get them to slap a new screen on it, good as new. I'd completely fucking forgotten the passcode for it as well, so I had no idea what that was. So I was like, they can do a full reset on it and I'll just start again. Lost all of the high quality pornography that I had saved in the there was some good shit on there, and I'm cross about the fact that I lost some good stuff in my photos. Anyway, so yeah, I get my iPad and I get it all together and I take it into the Apple store after booking an appointment with one of their Apple geniuses, which is, I mean, I have issues with that as it is, but let's move on. So I go there and I meet the guy. He was a very friendly young Asian lad, nice guy, no issues. And so this is how it goes. So I give him the iPad, I say it's smashed. I said, can you put a new screen on it and do a full reset for me? And he said, yes. He said, we might not have the screen in stock. I'm like, right, okay. And I said, how much is this going to cost me? First question. This is where it's going. So so how much is it going to cost me? Well, I don't know if we're going to have it in stock, so I'll have a look. But it might be quite expensive. Probably going to be roughly the same as getting a new iPad. Is it fucking really, you bastards? I can see where this is going from the get-go. Okay then, how much is a new screen? Well, you see, the thing is with the screens is unlike a phone, unlike an iPhone, they don't have the two screws at the bottom, so they're vacuum sealed. So if you try and prise it open and just put a new screen on, it pretty much wrecks the whole thing. Fantastic. Thank you for that. Right, next question. Back to my original question. How much is it going to cost me? So he then goes on his computer and he goes, what generation is this? It's like the 5th generation, I think I say. And he says, oh yeah, it is a 5th generation. So I asked the question, what generation are you on now? Well, you see, they've moved on a few. We're now on the 12th generation. Well, the last one was the 12th generation, but they don't actually do generations anymore. Do they not? Right, okay, so how much is it going to cost me? Well, we actually technically class the 5th generation as vintage. Again, is that fucking correct? I'm sure it is. Right, okay, so it's vintage. So have you got the screen? Well, we might have the screen. Just tell me how much it's going to cost me. Okay, right. So yeah, it's going to be for a screen. It's going to be $299. $299. Okay, it's a lot, but okay. Oh, plus the VAT. Okay, so it's $340 now with the VAT on it. Okay, tell me. Deep breath as I look into his eyes, expecting. Well, I know exactly what I'm going to get. How much is the current cheapest iPad that you guys currently stock? Well, it's actually £319. Well, what do you know? Fuck you, you tech demon bastards, with your fucking... The only reason the screen is that much is because it is more than buying a new iPad, you utter cunts. You utter bastards. Right, okay. So then my iPad is plugged into his laptop, and I don't trust these fuckers one bit. I don't trust them. I reckon he can probably put something while he's connected into my computer doing the full reboot, going, yeah, I'm going to shut this thing down in like 3 weeks and stop it working and get him to come and buy one. So I have to do a bit of fucking amateur dramatic acting. I have to say, oh, wow, okay, well, that's a pretty good... You've got the refurb store as well. He's like, yeah, we've got the refurb store, and there's some good items on there, and they're all reasonably priced, all around fucking 290 quid and a minimum 300 quid, so for 20 quid extra, may as well just get a new one. Right, okay, so yeah, I think what I'm going to do is, if you can just do a full reboot, I'm just going to see how I get on with it as it stands. Probably I'm going to come in and buy another one, but yeah, I just want to see whether I can cope with the iPad, how much I've missed the iPad, and see what happens, how much I actually enjoy having an iPad again, because I know that this fucking bastard can probably click something or put something on there that will shut the fucker down if I say, oh no, it's absolutely fine, I'll just fix it, I'll just do it with a broken screen, because then I'll go, no you fucking won't, I'm going to make this thing crash in about 2 weeks. Then he picks on my phone. Then he says, what phone is that? Oh, fucking great. Okay, right, here we go now. What phone is that? It's an iPhone 13 mini. I like the size of the 13 mini. I don't need it to be a huge one with the 5 cameras on the back. Well, I like the size of it. It fits in my pocket. It fits in my hand while I'm wanking. It's fine. It's a fine size. And he goes, oh, well, we've actually got a new one over here. It's roughly the same size. So I go, fucking, okay, I'll play the game. So I go over and I go and look at the new phone that they've got, which is roughly the same size. And I go, yeah, okay, that's not right. And then I said, to be fair, this one I've had since 2020. It's 5 years old, and it's actually done really well. It's the battery's still pretty good. It's pretty quick. I have no issues with it whatsoever. And then I even say to him, but I've said that in an Apple store now. So now this probably thing is going to go down the pan in a week and will be complete horse shit by next Tuesday. And he laughs. And he laughed with a knowing laugh, this motherfucker, as if, yes, we are going to listen to you and we are going to fuck your iPhone up now. Anyway, fucking hell. Anyway, yeah, so they are a bunch of fucking demons in Silicon Valley, and we should probably just fucking riot. I liked the riots in COVID. I liked seeing fucking iPads getting nicked. I think we should just loot the fucking place. We should just chuck a brick through the window of the Apple store every week. I'm not telling you to do that, but I kind of am. So it is, what day is it today? It is Friday afternoon, and the other day, Rocket Powered Mohawk dropped the 2024 awards. Everybody lost their mind in the Patreon about it being 40 minutes long. It's 40 minutes. He's back. We're back. Fuck the Rocket Powered Mohawk clone. I don't give a shit either way. We've got 40 minutes of RPM. This is going to be epic. Let's get into it. And that was pretty much the sentiment of everybody on the Patreon. It was 40 minutes long. I got through it pretty quickly. But the issue I had with it, which is the issue that every other fucker had with it, is because we had 5 minutes at the start of him in his caravan thing. Then we had another 5 minutes of his bit talking about AIDS Lewis Hamilton, and that bit was funny, to be fair. I mean, we saw the half shaft of it. I'd already seen that bit. Sorry, I'm drinking coffee. We'd already seen that bit, which was okay. We'd seen it. We hadn't got the full shaft, but then we were subjected to a full 30 minutes of Lance Stroll content. Now, Lance Stroll is a fucking idiot. No one's going to have an issue with Lance being a fucking idiot. But if it's going to be half an hour's worth of Lance Stroll, we demand another half an hour of some actual other content. We can't just... All you've done all year is talk about Lance Stroll and what a fucking idiot he is. So this was just a greatest hits video of Lance's fuck-ups, which is absolutely fine, but you've got to give us more content in that case. I cannot believe that it took him that amount of time to do it. He's taking the piss a bit. I like him. He's taking the fucking piss. Yeah, so everyone lost their mind. At 50k a month or whatever the fuck he earns, it's expected that it's 40 minutes at a fucking minimum. And we demand a fucking podcast as well. I'm amazed how good the Patreon is at sticking around and actually paying. So yeah, there was far too much Lance content. It's becoming hack. Yeah, we know he's a fucking idiot. There's got to be something else to talk about. The AIDS Lewis Hamilton bit was fine. That was actually pretty funny. But I did enjoy the Patreon losing their mind. Let me actually put a little bit up of the Patreon. What were we talking about? They weren't really good. They've sort of calmed down a bit in the last little while. But they really were not happy. They're talking about basically the fact that they went on about fucking Lance too much. Yeah, it was funny and it was good. This video is so bad you make me want to be better at my job because I have no escape anymore. Don't post that on YouTube. Leave the disappointments to the plebs. Oh, someone did mention me. What the fuck? One category. Guess who wins? Video over. I'll say again. What the fuck? And I do kind of agree. What an anticlimax. RPM is a midfield Milton. Oh fuck! I can't even say that. Midfield Milton sympathiser. Did he? I don't really know whether he said that. Post a nerve now, you cock-loving goblin. Mid-video, guess we wait redemption in half a year. Yada, yada, yada. It's all basically fucking same thing. Yeah, it was shit. It was just a rehash of all of the Lance stuff that he I tell you something. If this Australian Grand Prix is shit, I'm going to destroy the fucking schizo shed. I'm going to actually burn the cunt down. Because if this is shit, and Max was sandbagging and they fuck off into the distance again, I'm going to be so pissed off that I what the fuck am I going to talk about? I will end up talking about fucking Katie Price's tits or whatever the fuck else I've got on the schizo board, because it will just be a really, really hard year to make any content about it. Not that I've made any content the year before or the year before that. But, I mean, to be fair, fucking 5,000, whatever the fuck I'm on now. What am I on? Analytics. 5,250 subscribers over 3 videos. The first one I did as a fucking joke is ridiculous. It is unfucking believable. How the fuck can this happen? I really don't understand. It's fucking mad. I'm very appreciative, but it's fucking mad. It was clearly the kick up the arse that I needed to actually get on and do this. That one chance that I had of taking the piss out of Rocket Powered Mohawk. I'm having another cigarette. Fuck you. Anyway, so yeah, I thought it was a bit shit, all in all. RPM 2024 awards. It was a bit shit. What I'd love to do is a live show. I wanted to not piss RPM off so much that I could actually partner up with him to produce a live theatre production. Like actually have a proper, like rent out a theatre or something to do the end of this year's Rocket Powered Mohawk, The Void style end of year awards. Anyway, if I could get him and me with the desk, him with the bathtub, all on the same stage and do the awards. And this time I would make sure that it wasn't just fucking Lance content. Or I'd do my own. Fuck it. There aren't many people out there who do. I'm not stealing his flow. I'm not stealing his stuff. I'm trying to figure out where all this fucking goes. I'm trying to figure out my style, but it's quite difficult because you do anything, you cut in one disgusting or something like that and they go, oh, you're just doing what Rocket Powered Mohawk did and you've got a Patreon and we don't like it. Fuck off. I'm here in my shed. I'm doing this as a glorified gag. Ollie Bearman shagged it into the barrier. He managed to mash his hash into the fucking wall, which is understandable. Maybe Laws VS was right. It is going to be a mad year because they're all rookies. Yeah, it's probably going to be a mad year. It's fucking brilliant. We need something interesting to happen. So yeah, if all of the rookies decide to take each other out in various ways, that's bloody Isack Hadjar, Isack Hadjar went 10th in FP1. I was like, that's good. The fucking Racing Bulls is a sexy looking car though. That is a sexy car. There is no issue I have with that livery. It looks the fucking tits. Who thought matte white paint would look that good? It looks the fucking tits. So yeah, there's that. That looked good. Yeah, I think Lewis hasn't been giving it the full shaft on his laps. He went like 3rd or 4th in FP2, which is good. But the first day was like 12th or something like that. I think also there's an element of him not wanting to go really hard, put it in the barriers, and everyone goes, oh, he's fucking washed, and all that sort of stuff. Not that I'm a Hamilton apologiser, but I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens to him anyway. So we've got the possibility of rain with a shitload of rookies. And I think that's actually going to make for a very, very interesting race. I think you're going to end up with 15 cars finishing the race. I think we're going to lose 5 cars in the first go out. If it doesn't, then that's going to be quite boring. If it's just a boring race and McLaren win, I don't want them to become the new Red Bull, but nobody does. Alonso did a post-race interview, how they do their press conferences with their handlers. Alonso didn't seem to have his handler with it, which was amusing, because the interviewer says, well, you've had a good session there, you put in some good laps, what did you learn from the car? And he basically said, we learned some stuff from the car. I can't really do an Alonso, but we learned some stuff with the car, and I'm not going to tell you what it is, because why would I tell you and tell everybody? And they were like, well, you put in some good laps. He was like, yeah, we did some laps, and he literally said, we're obligated to come and do these, but I'm not going to tell you anything, which is just full on Fernando Sigma Alonso shit right there. That is just fucking fuck you. And I'm not telling you fuck all, which I think is brilliant. A lot of people reacted to the Australian chaos video that I did, saying it wasn't long enough. The only reason it fucking wasn't long enough is because I had fuck all to talk about. It's the weekend before, and I'm not doing any more speculation. I can't do the Laws VS type of, well, Carlos Sainz might do this, and Carlos Sainz has the paddock scared with this. Oh, fucking get off Carlos's fucking cock. So yeah, I want to talk about in probably the video that I do post-race on Sunday. I'll probably get it out to you Monday evening, hopefully. All being well. I probably want to do something about him doing so much corporate stuff. He's really chucked himself into the corporate stuff. He did a weird foodie thing with Stanley Tucci. Stanley Tucci, when was Stanley Tucci relevant? I know him in like 2 or 3 films. One of them being Easy A with Emma Stone from about 15 years. Oh, Emma Stone. Young Emma Stone. Whoa. That was fucking good content. Yeah, I remember him in that. But other than that, I don't know Stanley Tucci from fucking Adam. I have no idea. So yeah, people didn't really like the length of the Aussie video. They thought it was too short. So fuck off. I had fuck all to talk about. So hopefully the post-race one will be interesting. And if it isn't interesting, it's because the race was shit and I would have destroyed the shed and retired from YouTube and continued to live in Monaco. Mohammed bin Sulayem, not Mohammed bin Salman. I don't want to upset Mohammed bin Salman. Love your work if you're listening, MBS. Big fan of your work. Anyway, Mohammed bin Sulayem, the ruler, dictator, the main man of the FIA. Everybody hates him. We know this. Everybody hates him, and there are lots of YouTube videos about why everyone hates him and the issues that they have with him, which is fine. And then he said that Formula One should consider bringing back V10 engines. And everybody, quite rightly, said, you know that you're a bit fucked if you're actually talking about bringing back V10 engines. It's become a proper dictatorship, firing people that disagree with him, restructuring it. Stefano Domenicali, or whoever it is staying on until 2029 as well, as it turns out. Firing people, banning shit. I could get on board with a dictator like that, though, to be fair. This is a dictatorship in the podcast, in the Patreon. But was it, my question to you is, was it always this bad, or is it because that there's just so much more scrutiny on F1 nowadays that they're picking up on it a lot better than when Max Mosley and Bernie Ecclestone were running the show? Not the FIA, but Formula One and the FIA between them. Because, like, with Mohammed bin Sulayem, it's a dictatorship. But with Mosley and Bernie, it was a fucking cartel. They're loading white powder onto planes flown by Tom Cruise to get it out of the fucking country. It was a proper cartel. I mean, the fact that Bernie, they held the Concord Agreement, and then they had obviously the Grand Prix Drivers Association, all this sort of stuff, fighting. They were going to go and launch their own series. The Teams Association were going to go and launch their own series, and then Bernie managed to get them all corralled back into place again, which is good. Max Mosley was quite quiet. There was no big issues, apart from the Third Reich style orgy that he hosted with a load of hookers. So yeah, other than that, it was pretty quiet. And then he died, which was a bit of a shame. But Bernie, on the other hand, he was a dictator. He had this kind of does in general have this sort of Hitlerian quality about him. In terms of, like, he's the one walking, and literally all the people part for Bernie. Well, they did back in the day. Part the paddock. Everybody goes and they shake hands and all this stuff, kind of like Lawrence Stroll does at the events, and he does have a Hitlerian quality to him as well. So no, but Bernie would shake your hand over. You'd go out for lunch with Bernie to discuss something. He would buy you lunch, shake your hand, and by the time the starter had arrived, he had fucked you every which way from Sunday. He had just fingered you and before the starter arrived, you were fucked. You were completely gone. Whatever you were planning on doing, he's already got you, and he's split you from all your allies and all this sort of stuff. You were fucked, which Mohammed doesn't have. He doesn't run the sport like Bernie did, but he doesn't. He just, and also getting pissed at the awards that he did a few years ago. Was it 2022? That's not particularly Saudi Arabian of him, if I'm honest, because obviously there's no booze out there, and I don't think it's particularly good. I wonder if anyone said you probably shouldn't have done that because you were pissed, and you're not supposed to be pissed. But it's this strange nostalgia that everybody has for the V10 thing in particular. Nostalgia is a weird thing because you get all of those Instagrams. I see a lot of rather annoying nostalgia-based Instagrams of like some sort of twinkly music with like pictures of Blockbuster and Nintendo Game Boys and all that sort of stuff, and everybody sort of harks back to the late 90s, early noughties of the nostalgia element that everybody kind of likes. And I think that actually is kind of the same with Formula One. I mean, half the people who watch Formula One nowadays didn't know it existed before fucking 2018 and Netflix came along. But it's this strange nostalgia that everyone has in general about everything, and people commenting. They always do. I don't know if you've seen these fucking reels, but I've seen these fucking reels and these YouTube shorts, and they are kind of fucking annoying. Yes, the naughties were very nice, and people say, oh, they'll put like the cooing of pigeons, like the music, and they'll be like, ooh, ooh, they'll put the noises of pigeons, and the comments will say, what happened to these birds? Why don't I hear the sound of these birds? They're still fucking there, for fuck's sake. They're still there. The birds, the pigeons haven't died out. They're still there. That you don't go outside anymore. You did as a kid, now you don't anymore because you're watching YouTube shorts all the fucking time and commenting, where are these fucking bird noises that I used to hear? They're still there. They're never left. You're just watching reels all fucking day. You're on your phone all fucking day. You're typing comments about bringing back V10s and all the other horse shit. All the birds are still there. Don't fucking worry about it. You're waiting for some fucking lunatic with a mohawk to come and put out 40 minutes about Lance Stroll being a spastic, and you've probably paid a collective tenner over the time that he's fucked off and not produced anything for him to put out 40 minutes of rehashed shit. Do you think Lance Stroll gives a fuck about what you write about him on bloody YouTube? The man is a multi-billionaire with a girlfriend that's fit as fucking Christ. Absolutely fucking banging. He'll do some Formula One. He'll do some Formula One, and then maybe he'll leave Formula One, and when Honda come in and go, yeah, come on, fuck off now. Next year, I think next year it'll probably get 2026 out the way, and it'll be like, yeah, he's going to have to go. So he's crunch time for Lance Stroll, and then he'll go to Formula E or something, or he'll go to the World Endurance Championship, or he'll take up rallying or something like that. And then by the time he's had some kids and he's in his late 30s, he'll run Aston Martin. He'll take over from Lawrence, or he'll take up some sort of position in there. And we'll still be waiting on the fucking 2025 Rocket Powered Mohawk fucking awards, because he's not put them out. And I tell you something, he'll be sitting on a boat, probably watching the RPM Awards, probably watching him talking about being a spaz, because he'll be on a fucking yacht. And RPM will probably be on the same fucking yacht with him, earning 100k a month for putting out one thing a year, which is mid as fuck. I don't like being taken for a ride. That's my issue. I don't like the idea of being fucked about with when it comes to this sort of stuff. I think my microphone's going to die. Oh, fuck off. This is what happens when I don't prepare for a podcast. I end up screaming, and then it all becomes a big fucking issue. I will be back shortly after this brief interlude. What else happened? Mr. Beast. Jesus. Mr. Beast is a dead-eyed YouTube scumbag, grifter, bastard, cunt who preys on children, and he crashed a Formula E car the other day as part of their Formula E Evo Sessions. I'm watching it again. I mean, how many fucking camera angles do you need of some YouTube retard crashing a fucking car and turn the sound off? He was following behind a pace car, a safety car. Literally didn't even go near an apex. He just went around the corner. They do have quite skinny tyres, the Formula E cars, in comparison to... comes around the corner, even vaguely, and spins out, and then spins again and twats his front left wheel into the wall. Why is he doing this, you ask, and I ask? It was in Miami, at the track, at the Formula E track in Miami. Of course it's fucking Miami. This is where all of these scumbags hang out. This is where the Logan Pauls, the KSIs, all that sort of other problematic people that he hangs out with, all fucking reside in fucking Miami anyway. Right, hang on. So the Formula E Evo Sessions, the ultimate motorsport experience for 11 of the world's most followed personalities. Can you think of anything you don't want to go to more than that? There's a load of pictures of some people. The 11 participants include Brooklyn Beckham, Jesus, Sergio Aguero, former Premier League footballer, Cleo Abram, some content creator, Amelia Hartford, some American car builder, Vinny Hacker, multi-hyphenate creative. What the fuck is multi-hyphenate? Oh, fucking hell, now I've got to do this now. Multi-hyphenate. A person, especially a celebrity, with several professions or skills. Oh, so he's fucking nobody. He's Vinny Hacker. Fucking hell, why'd you have to send me down these rabbit holes? He's got to go on the schizo board now. Vinny Hacker. Internet personality. Oh, he looks a proper dickhead. Oh my God, what a fuckwit. What does this twat do then? He's 22 years old. He dated Olivia Rodrigo. And at no point does he say, what the fuck? He does. He's the 20-year-old rebel breaking every mould from Tings magazine. Jesus wept. Right, okay, so I've no idea who he is. I'm actually no closer, and I'm not going to look at it anymore because every time I click something, it boosts. It gives him the oxygen of publicity, whoever the fuck he is. Who else is there? Tom Felton is an actor. Supergirl Blondie. There's another person I have a fucking issue with. Automotive creator and entrepreneur. And she's fucking Australian. Oh, she's American. Oh, yeah, she's Australian, isn't she? She's fucking annoying. Driver 61, pro driver and creator. And some other fucking dickheads. YouTubers, basically. And so they had him, he spun out and whacked it against the wall. Here's my issue with Mr. Beast, if I haven't made it clear already, apart from him being a dead-eyed YouTube scumbag, grifter, bastard, fucker, arsehole. He's not exactly the most ethical person in the world. He doesn't have the best sort of colleagues and friends in the world. Two of my least favourite people, Logan Paul and KSI. They're not exactly loved. I'm not exactly breaking the mould there. But Mr. Beast's YouTube videos are watched by literally millions and millions of fucking housebound mouth breathers, who all they watch his videos for is to dream of being on them. They dream of working in a Starbucks, and then he walks in with his fucking crew and gives them all $100,000 each on a Lamborghini just for the clips on his reaction video type bollocks that he does. And he does those stupid sort of game show things, which are no real different to any big thing that Channel 4 used to do back in the day. All of his win 5 million quid if you stay in a box and all the other shit that goes on. Yeah, so he's subject to a few allegations as well. It's another reason why people don't like him. All of the allegations are, of course, allegations, all the caveats, but fuck off. I hope they're all true. And he ends up doing life. Philanthropy for views. People say, yeah, yada, yada, yada. What else is there? Sexual misconduct amongst staff, exaggerating the giveaways that he does. One of his co-hosts accused of grooming a teenager. Poor treatment on set. Sporadically fed people. God, he just looks so fucking dead-eyed. How much do you not want to hang out with that man? in any way, shape or form. The Beast Games, they said that they didn't feed them on set, which is hilarious. The feeding was sporadic while they're in their boxes. Well, I'm sorry, but you fucking deserve it. If you've signed up to go on that load of horse shit, you deserve not to be fucking fed. That's a game show for the Americans, isn't it? You're not being fed, you're too fat. Anyway, it says, so the BBC, it says here, it cuts to the core of Mr. Beast's image as one of the nicest guys on the internet. Now, if you are regarded as one of the nicest guys on the internet, or otherwise, he's one of the nicest guys ever, there's obviously going to be some other issues with you, I imagine. Because if you're regarded as one of the nicest guys, you've probably got hookers in dungeons, like Abu Ghraib, with batteries taped to their nipples for your own personal entertainment, you and your crew. You've probably got a collection of medieval torture devices. He's probably got people on the rack. He's probably got some intern on the rack just stretching the poor bastard until their bones pop out because they fucked up on one of his horseshit videos. He's probably doing child labour for his fucking Feastables bollocks that he does with Logan Paul and KSI. I mean, I hope they're all put in child labour as well. They're going to make them younger and make them work in a factory. He's probably using the distribution channels that he has for his shitty burgers and his shitty fucking Feastables bollocks for international drug running. The man, probably, his next video is going to be Mr. Beast escape from Epstein's Island, where he buys Little St. James and then fucking gets a whole load of has the whole thing decked up in cameras, and then has a shitload of children, and then they can't escape the island, and he just uses it for the exact thing that Jeffrey was doing, for sex slavery and all the other things, blackmailing of other YouTubers. Probably, maybe we're about to witness the YouTube Epstein Island, where they've got videos of Logan Paul and KSI doing illicit things with children and praying to the owl god Moloch or something like that, some full Bohemian Grove bollocks. Where the fuck am I going with this? I'm going well and truly off the fucking radar here. It just feeds into the whole YouTube thing that I absolutely fucking hate. I just fucking hate it. I mean, his dead-eyed stare. What they should do is they should put Mr. Beast, they should do a Mr. Beast video, but he is recreating the downtown drive through Dallas in an open-top Cadillac, and then some other YouTuber or Lee Harvey Oswald's grandson can sit in the Texas School Book Depository and blow his fucking head off. I'm getting properly... Anyway, I want to see Mr. Beast doing his own Zapruder film. Anyway, fucking hell, I've got to talk about something else now. Jesus Christ. So yeah, no more talking about whatever his name is, Mr. Beast. Done with that. I keep thinking about Alonso being a Sigma bastard on his WhatsApp, and on my screen I've got the images of Trump and Elon looking fat next to Trump. I mean, that's going some, with his fucking son dressed up exactly like him with his stupid bloody Teslas. And yeah, I've got to stop now before I actually have a proper fucking meltdown. So I will do a reaction video on Monday evening. That will probably be out for you on Monday evening. Then the next week I'll do something else for you, and I'm also away. I'm going to Italy. I'm going to Turin, so I can go and see the old Fiat car factory and the National Automobili, what's it called? The Automobili Museum Nazionale del Turin, probably. So I'll probably take a camera around there too. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. In conclusion to whatever the fuck we've discussed today, I can't even remember. Mr. Beast is a grifting nonce, allegedly. If the Australian Grand Prix is shit, I'm going to fucking lose my mind. Alonso is a Sigma bastard, as I've mentioned. Rocket Powered Mohawk was taking the fucking piss. Lance Stroll couldn't give a shit about what we say about him. He's still a billionaire. The birds are still out there. Tesla's a shit. And Elon Musk has fat tits.